I don't like it when he misbehaves at school because, I'd like him to be a very well behaved child, but when he misbehaves at school, it gets me a little bit irritated, especially when it's behavior that he knows he should not be doing. Anyway, hope you're all okay. And Big Kahuna, I just noted, by the way, Sergio, Big Kahuna, Michael D, great to have you guys all here. Big Kahuna, should you allow community members to have their own post or page within your website? Well, this is a bit of a difficult one, because if you start to allow people to have their control over the style, you could have a mismatch of pages which could look a little bit weird. Hey, grandpets. And number two, I just had peanuts, so I hope I haven't got any peanuts on my teeth. And number two, I mean, you got to be careful of how much access you give them. So are they authors, so they can't mess around? Are they editors, but then they could go and mess around with other pages as well? Hi, Eddie, are you in Turkey right now? Are you in Turkey? So yeah, I mean, I would be cautious. So are you giving them author access, editor access? And if they start to design their own pages, Big Kahuna, you are opening the door for them to basically do like, sorry, so adjust the mic a bit. You are giving them a license to do whatever they want, and I think you're opening yourself up to potential issues and problems. Don't forget to hit like if you've not hitting like already. I don't know if any of you caught, Paul went live for a short period about, I don't know if he's still live actually. He might still be live. I don't know if he is live. He might be live, he might not be live. But I know he is still live, yeah. So he's live at the moment, and he's just kind of talking about some of the things about how we want to generally help people out a bit more. And it's something that we kind of have been doing for a while anyway, in terms of like your web design business and stuff like that, and how you need to think a little bit more about how do you approach clients, work with clients, bad clients. Last night's live chat we did was really, really good. We both felt that it was really, really good for the audience and everyone like that in terms of learning. And you'll see more of that content coming out. And he's got courses, and I'm developing a super course at the moment. And, the basis of the courses isn't just to make money. It's not that. It's about how can you help yourself out. Yeah, grandpets. Yeah, Paul Charlton, WP Tuts. So he's just done it. He's doing an impromptu right now. I think he's probably only doing it for a few more minutes or something. But yeah, it's about how can we help you out more. So I will be sharing out more details about the super course. What I'm not doing though is opening the doors for people to sign up before I've got the full course finished. I think it's going to take a short while for me to get that all finalized yet. A couple of months, I think. Beginning of April, middle of April, I think we'll be ready. Hey, Dave Den, how you doing? So in terms of the super course that we're building out, it's not a course on how to build a website, because that's very subjective, how you build a website and all of that. There will be stuff in there that you need to think about, but a lot of it is mainly around how do you change your mindset, or how you're currently doing your marketing, your platform building, your profile building, how to get clients, productivity, stuff that we've kind of spoken about quite a lot, but I need to kind of get it down. So a lot of the analogies and things that I tend to give out during live chats, getting it down so that you've got something to refer back to. And it's kind of geared towards people who are either brand new, or they've started off, or they feel like they need a bit more of that mentoring, guide to how they can do better. Hey, Gene. And also, not surprisingly, a lot of the tips that I give, if you were to take the course, the super course as it is right now, and you ignore the pages which are about different types of web design, what kind of skills do you need, like in terms of technical and stuff like that. If you just ignore those, nearly everything I say and put down, you could apply to any business out there. You know, like the mindset about being optimistic, about understanding your overheads and your costs, the mindset about the services you're going to offer, the what is your cost, what's your recurring income and your non-recurring, your media marketing, how you start to go and get clients and build reviews, your pricing ladder, your pricing strategy, all of that. How do you approach clients? How do you close deals? How do you sign off? All of that you could apply to almost any business out there. Doesn't have to be web design or digital or graphic design. You could be selling conservatories. You could be selling cars, whatever, templates, things like that. The same mindset does apply, and I can definitely say that because what I pass on is very much the same ethos I've had doing data analytics. How can data analytics be anything like web design? Believe it or not, it's the same principle. We talk about clients. When I was a data analyst or worked in analytics, hey Andrew, my ethos was towards customers. Doctors and nurses were customers. Anyone who was a colleague was technically a customer. You wanted to give them the best customer service that you could. You wanted to guide them, steer them, help them out. And that is something that I'm very, very passionate about. I like to know that if anyone asks me a question, I don't give you a riddle. Yeah, if you do that, you might get this. I hate that. There was always someone in our office where they get asked a question, and rather than giving a straight answer, what they would say is, yeah, if you go and look in that book, come back to me when you think you know what it is, and I'll let you know if you're right. And I used to say to them, so you're going to send them off to spend 2 hours pissing about trying to find an answer. They might think they've got the answer. They're going to come back to you and then you're going to tell them, no, actually, this was the answer. Why don't you save them the 2 hours of wasting time and just tell them what it is? They always used to say to me, but I want them to learn. And I would say they're actually going to learn a lot more if you just tell them. If you tell them the answer to 2 + 2 is 4, they will understand. They will go, okay, does that make sense? Yeah, it makes sense. I've learned from that. They've learned. Not, they come back going, well, 2 + 2, I think it's 3. Why? Because then you're just going to laugh at them and go, oh, that's wrong, it's actually 4. You're doing it to be superior to them. Just give them the answer. Tell them. Because they will learn a lot more because now they know. Right, I now know the answer is 4. So a lot of the approach, a lot of what we're doing, a lot of stuff you're going to start to seeing the way me and Paul start to kind of timetable some of the chats we do are going to be very business focused because we think that is so much more meaningful. Now, Grandpet says, auto-optimize and delete cache, great plugin. Yeah, I mean, auto-optimize is great, but I like what I now do for 2023. So what I did in 2022, they were great plugins, great tips and settings. But the 2023 is basically is so much more better. Hey, Lester Lorona, how you doing? Does being a front end need? Okay. Do you need to learn UI and UX design? Well, let's break that down. Let's break that down. Okay. Can you open 5 websites and analyze them and go, that is good, that is bad, that's great, the call to action button is nice, the services bit is good, the layout, how cramped it is, the images, the style of the image, the resolution of the image, the size of the wording, even the words themselves, are they impacting? Do they impact on you? Do they make sense? Do they make you want to go on? Do they feel very generic? If you are able to look at that and break it down in your head, what is good, what is working, what flows, that is going to be your ticket to learning good UI and user experience, basically design. And here's a great way to explain it, right? You know when you go to IKEA, When you go to IKEA, there's loads of rooms, right? So many rooms. You don't go into every single room, do you? And say, I like that, I like that, I like that. No, you're very particular. You're very particular. So you will go in and you will start to find what did you like about that room. The layout, the colours, the flow. So that's going to help you start to form a picture. And Michael says that if you're a developer, yeah, then you do need to learn a bit more detail about how you do layout. But if you're using a page builder, if you can understand how a room that's really, really busy, loads of stuff going on, loads of rubbish everywhere, very cramped, you're going to start to feel like, I don't want to make the website look cramped and overly busy. And when you go into a room that's very blue, with a bit of yellow, there'll be a bit of yellow, but it'll be lots of blue. You start to understand colour. Where was the yellow? Oh, it was there. It was to highlight a cushion. That's your call to action button. That's your accent colour. You start to understand that a bit better. But if you just walk into a room and you're like, whatever, but you don't know why you like it or don't like it, then there's loads of videos, there's loads of articles, there's loads of stuff that you can actually kind of help to guide you a little bit. But yeah, definitely if you're doing developing code or anything like that, you do want to understand how you build it. But if you're using a page builder, you can experiment. But for me, the greatest way that I've always learned, whether it was garden design or interior design or anything, is I would look at examples, right? And I would start to go, why do I like it? When someone says to me, oh, I like it, and I go, why? And they go, oh, I don't know why, I just like it. I kind of go, that means you don't understand, because you're probably going to look at something really, really bad, and you're going to like that as well. So you're just kind of going with, maybe you just agree with the crowd. So if everyone said, right, this is an amazing book, you're going to say, this is an amazing book. But you don't even know why it's an amazing book. You're just going with the crowd. Whereas I would be like, because I save paper, it's a whiteboard, there's loads of sheets, I can make notes, I can scrub out, I don't have to waste loads of pages now. That's why I like it. Not because someone said it's good. Why do you like it? And that's what you want to do. So when people say to me, where do I get inspiration? I've got a client, they've got a landscaping business, I need to create a website. Where do I get inspiration? I have no ideas. Well, they must be living somewhere. So are there any other businesses around them? What are they doing? And generically, what's good on Google? Go to Template Monster. You can go to Template Monster, type in landscaping, and there'll be loads of websites. You don't have to buy them. You just open them and look at them. What do you like? What don't you like? You know, you're not going to like the wording on all of them because a lot of them will be demos. Ignore the wording. But what about the style of the wording? Really small? Really big? All over the place? You know, how many call to action buttons were there? Maybe there wasn't even a call to action until you scroll down to section 3. What kind of worked with you? And you're right, Sergio, the sheep effect. Do you know how many times, right, okay, someone has said to me like, oh, yeah, that's a really good film. And I'm like, why? I said, what was it about it? And they don't really know. And then you find out they've never even seen the film. Someone told them it's a really good film, a movie. And they're like, it's a really good movie, but you haven't even seen it. So how can you? Oh, yeah, but it's made loads of money. So what? Songs, movies, lots of things make money. Doesn't mean it's good. Just like there could be a movie that does not make a lot of money. People call it a flop. I watch it and I'm like, that actually was a good movie. So, hey, Dan, hope you're okay. So I would say that when it comes to getting inspiration, again, it comes to learning. I mean, look, I do YouTube videos, right? I've watched other videos. How do you think I learned Elemental? How do you think I learned even how to really get on board with bricks? How do you think I've learnt how to formulate my own solutions? I see what someone else has done and I adapt it to work for me, and I might do a video. Hey, Plura, I take inspiration from others. Why have I got this room? If you watch my very first YouTube videos, we're now going back nearly 2 years now, right? We're going back to June 2021, right? First YouTube videos we put out. They were appalling because I didn't have the budget then to do it, and I was trying to work out what's the best way to do things. The microphone, the camera, everything. But I was always looking to see, well, what are others doing? Like right now, I've gone and changed our room again, right? You know, we're in this layout. I've put some shelves up. I've changed the lighting a tiny bit. I'm looking at what others do, and I sort of go, do I want that? It's okay to be jealous. I am jealous of some of the tech and gear that some people have. I don't think the microphone I got is the best. I know I'm using my iPhone, but there are better cams out there. I don't even think, sometimes I feel like, this background is too dark. Do I want to lighten it up? Do I want to go for a cream white look and brighten things up? I'm never satisfied, but I'm always looking at other people to get inspiration. So if you are struggling with a client or a project and you're just running out of ideas, and the client is trusting you to come up with a design, they're not paying for a wireframe. They're not really paying for much other than you building the website. But it's all on you to come up with something because you want the money. You want the client. Deposit's been paid. You don't want to lose them. You promised them you could deliver. Just go out, do a search, go to Template Monster. There's loads of categories. Find one and make it your own. I'm not going to say steal, because you're not stealing, because it won't be exactly the same, because number one, you'll have different images. But at the end of the day, right, if someone has built a website where they've got like an image here and they've got like a rounded border container, so it's rounded border container like that, image there, border there, text, and then you got a button down here which is outside of the container but it's in the same section, and you like it, do it. Do it. You're not going to have exactly the same shade of color. You might do because you can inspect it. Go for it. Just put your own words in, right? Unless that is a trademarked, copyrighted layout, right, which it probably isn't, you can do it. Everything that we ever do or build is inspired or a version of something else we've seen. Lego. Come on, right? You saw someone build a house in Lego, so you built a house in Lego. They can't turn around and go, how dare you? Because I bet your Lego pieces were slightly different color, but it's still the same house. You're taking the components and you make it to be your own. Hey, Bob, no, you're not. You're not late at all. I'm still going to be live for about 49 minutes. I can't even add up. I was trying to add up. About 49 minutes. 50 minutes or so. I'll still be live. Nice one, Michael. I like that. Good. You could just say good afternoon, Michael, which is a bit of a derogatory term, isn't it? Good afternoon. Grandpets, treat the site you do exactly. And that's what I say to my clients as well. I say to them, like today, we've agreed a deal with someone. This morning I had a meeting at 9:30 and I said to them, go away now, spend the next 2 weeks thinking about your content, your keywords, your images. I need to see what you're thinking. When I get that content, if I feel your wording's not right or your keywords don't naturally fit into the content, I will tell you and advise you. You have every right to say to me no, and I will respect everything you do. But I really want to help you out to get the best out of your website, because I'm going to treat it like it's my own. I'm going to make sure I put as much love into that website so that I don't walk away from it going, oh, well, I could have done a bit more or whatever. So I'm here to really, really help you out. And you know what? Clients love that. And I'm not just saying it. Literally, this client, they want to work with me. We've agreed some details now. I've said to them, for the next 2 weeks, They don't pay me. I am not taking a deposit of them. I'll take a deposit of them in 2 weeks, 3 days before we start. So I said to them, from now until then, you could go elsewhere. You're not obligated to me and I am not obligated to you. But you're keen to work with me, which is good. But spend the next 2 weeks before you sign the contract and pay the deposit, sort out your content, then email it to me. It's going to take me 5 minutes, right, to just scan it. 5 minutes, easy. I can scan it so I can advise him, yeah, this is okay, this is fine, this is good to work. And clients like that, because I'm basically saying, you know, hey George, how you doing? Hey Linda as well, by the way. I don't think I said hi to you, Linda. Hey, they like that because I'm putting trust in them and they're putting trust in me. Lester says, can web developers copy different sources of styles? Well, the thing is though, Lester, you got to think about what is the copyright on the style. You know, let's say someone right now does a website with a shape divider that's a triangle and one side is blurred and another side isn't. How can they copyright that? Because the facility is available. Think about this, right? Is the facility available in the page builder you're using? If so, why can't you use it? However, if they have designed a very special bit of JavaScript or a bit of code that they never shared, and they did something really amazing on their website page, and you, by whatever means possible, were able to hack into it, and you got the JavaScript code, you got the CSS code, and now you replicate it. It might have your images, it might have your colors, it might have your text, but you have taken something that they never made publicly available. Then they could argue and say, well, you've stolen that from me. But if all they've done, like I said, you got an image over here, you got a container with a rounded border, like that, bit of overlap, you got the text and you got the button down here. You can easily do that with the available widgets that you have. So they can't accuse you of jack anything. Love you live. With the Elementor text widget, when you switch to text from visual, there is, yes, there is. Yes, there is. So I have got a bit of code for that. My code should work for you on that, Love You Live. It's called get rid of text return. So I've got that code in one of my videos. I'll see if I can dig it out. But if you go and check that out, that's going to allow you to stop that text return thingamajig bit at the bottom, which is really annoying. I still don't understand, why do we have to put CSS in to get rid of that? Exactly, Sergio, you're right. Same with music, right? You take inspiration. You know, Oasis, they were inspired by the Beatles. They're not exactly like the Beatles, but you can see there are elements now and again where you get a bit of that McCartney-Lennon vibe creeping in. Yeah, you know what, Dan? I mean, when you say, well, you have issues with custom carousels, is it that you don't like them or they just don't work well for you? Yeah, no problem, Robert. Yeah. George saw a GoDaddy ad. Oh, my God. What? Hold on. Did you see a GoDaddy advert before this live chat? Really? Please tell me that ain't true. Please tell me you did not see a GoDaddy ad now, because I would be massively upset if you just told me you saw a GoDaddy advert. Please tell me that wasn't before my live chat. If so, I'm just going to double check something now, because if so, yeah, I'm going to have to go and do something about that. Don't forget to hit like if you've not hit like at all. So the thing, I mean, I find, yeah, with the carousels, Dan, that if you don't overload them, and you think carefully about the sizing of your images or anything like that, I find they can work quite well, but I'm being very subjective here because I don't know what issues you're having. Akram, funny how you just talking about this and I'm trying to find... Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a very common question, Akram. It's a very common question. I need to do a website for a dentist. I don't know what to do. Either what you do is you put in the location, you look at what dentists are doing close to your client. because your client is probably going to be aware of them as well. So do you take inspiration? Then go to Template Monster. Template Monster has got tons of templates. And you don't just search for an Elementor template. Please understand this. You're going to build from scratch. You're not going to go and buy a template and use it. No, you're going to build from scratch. So all you do is go to Template Monster and look at medical websites, dentist websites, health websites, beauty websites, because beauty websites sometimes can be quite white and clean, nicely laid out. It doesn't even have to be a health website for a dentist website, just something that you know is going to work with the content and the images that the client gives you. Remember that. You could find a landscape website and go, wow, I know the colors will be different, but the layout could work for this dentist client. Don't just search for dentist websites. Look at what other dentists are doing, but also look at websites generally. And you start to form an idea of how you like to present things. Dan, I can rock a loop carousel just fine, but customs are a pain. You'll have to share that one day, Dan, what you're getting there. Love your life. Reno has a video that has CSS creating breakpoints. So I do use a clamp. So obviously, if you look at the video I did, I think 2 weeks ago now, 2 weeks ago, the clamp video, where I used clamp for my margin and my padding and my text and my image, what that means is it doesn't matter. Seriously, if you use clamp for your margin and your padding and your text, you can go like this to that and it does not matter. Because when you're on the desktop, I've set the padding to be 0. When you're on the desktop, the padding is 0. It doesn't need any. But when you get to the mobile, the left and right padding is 20 pixel. So 0, and as you shrink, the left and right goes like this. It starts to grow until you get to the mobile size, which I set at 380 as the minimum threshold. Now it's 20. When you're at 450 pixel, it might be 18 pixels width. But the clamp like that is... Trust me, right, if you're building a website and you care about responsiveness, you know how everyone goes like this, oh my God, I've got to do the desktop. No, I've got to do the big desktop, the normal desktop, the laptop, the horizontal phone, the portrait phone, the horizontal tablet, the portrait tablet, all of this, right? Breakpoint after breakpoint after breakpoint. If you think about clamp and you use that for your margin and your padding and stuff like that, you can massively help yourself out. You're still going to have to do some adjustment, but the biggest headaches when you're working with different breakpoints is how much margin padding you got, your text sizing, your image sizing, all of that. And the clamp can massively help you out on that. And if you haven't watched that video that I did about 2 weeks ago, please go and watch it. Please go and watch it. John, how you doing? I would like to know why Elementor often states that Crocoblock is compatible. I think it's because sometimes there's been the odd issue. Sometimes, John. So sometimes there has been the odd issue. Like I remember there was an issue with sliders. It was actually to do with the jetpack, but there was an issue. So I would say... I think it's one of those things where, like, look, I don't really use Crocoblocks, like, at all. Nothing wrong with it. I just don't use it. Think about what you're adding to your website and if you really need it. So, like the example I've given many times this week, someone who wanted to work with us, they had Elementor, Elementor Pro, Elements Kit, Essential add-ons, Ultimate add-ons. They had Elemental Sticky Header plugin, Elemental Panel Movement, and there's an 8th one. I cannot remember what the 8th one is. There was an 8th one. I really, oh God, what was it? I'm going to find it for you. Just hold on. I'm going to find it. I'm going to tell you what the 8th one was, because they had one and it made no bloody sense to me. Like, why would they have this? Come on, where is it? Stay here. Oh God, where is it? So they had Elemental, Elemental Pro, Elements Kit, Essential add-ons, the flexible panel, sticky header, unlimited, and premium add-ons. There you go, 8. 8 plugins for no good reason at all. Seriously. Sorry, George. Jet engine. I said jetpack, didn't I? Sorry. Jet engine. So there has been a few issues now and again. Yeah, exactly. Ground pets. They installed a plugin to basically move the left panel to the right. And I'm just a little bit like, you put in a whole plugin just for that. You went and loaded in something that's going to add in some JavaScripting to do that. Like, really? Was that like a showstopper for you and your designers that you had to do that? Like, really? You just don't need it. You just don't need it. Very nice one, Michael, actually. Do you know what, Michael? I did not make that connection. Root canals and tree root removal. That's actually really, really good. I did not make that connection. Crocker Blocks there's a lot to learn. And I have found that I would need a dedicated amount of time if I was going to learn it inside out and start doing videos on it. Antonio, how are you doing? Is it okay to use Flexbox? I think so, yeah. I've started using it on client websites. Did you know, though? Hey, Dave. Did you know, Antonio, that you can use sections and containers on the same website? You can activate it, and every new section will now be a container. But if you want to continue using sections, you copy a previous section, paste it, and you'll have section and columns again, and you rebuild it. Do what you want with it. You can have a website where if you've got 20 pages that are section and columns, but you really want to use the Flexbox container, you really want to use the loop grid or the loop carousel, but you don't want to convert the whole of your website. You activate it, brand new section will now be a container, you build your carousel, and away you go. Hey Pete, how you doing? Hey George, thank you for liking. But yeah, it works fine, but you can have a website that is section, container, section. You can even have a page which is container. You go to another page where you got a section, you copy it, paste it, and now you've got a section. Because maybe for whatever reason, you've already built a contact form in a section. You don't want to rebuild it in a container. You're worried. Just copy, paste it. You can take the whole section over. I've tested it. I've checked it. I did a video on it about, probably 2 months ago now. And it worked absolutely fine. Right? Absolutely fine. Okay, Dave. Right, the mega menu CSS code, right? Think about it, Dave, okay? Think about this. You will have a parent container or a parent section. Inside of there, you will have maybe an inner section, maybe a child container. The parent container or the parent section, that's where your CSS code should be. That is where your CSS code should be. So you might want to just double check that. Does that help you out, Dave? So what you need to do is click on it. It's got to be there somewhere, unless you've got it on another page somewhere else. Have you made a duplicate of a page? Have you got a duplicate header? Because it could be somewhere else, if it's got the same class name. It could be in another header template, but then the current header template still feeds up on it. So just double check you've not got it anywhere else. Yeah, ground pets. So have you seen our video on mega menus that we do with the hello? So we don't use like Astra or anything else to do that. It's a pretty cool, nice thing to do. Pete says that Flexbox works fine. He's built 5 sites with it. Hey, Pete, this is really good. 5 websites. Is this all recently? I think that it's well overdue that Flexbox Container becomes like the final version. It's release candidate. It's fine, right? I'm telling you, right? It's totally fine to use. Go with it. Go with it. Yeah, Dave, can you just double check how many headers do you have? Number one, number two. Yeah, you just got to click through every single CSS bit. You might have put it in a logo maybe, or a column or something like that. I'm intrigued as well, like what are Elementor going to do? I'm intrigued as well because the way I think is that the mega menu is good for the desktop, but on the mobile you're better doing an off canvas pop-up menu. Are they going to create something that allows you to do a mega menu on the desktop, tablet and mobile all in one? Mega menus on the mobile can get really busy and messy, which is why a basic off-canvas pop-up menu can sometimes work a whole lot better. Good to hear, Pete, that you have done 5 websites over the last couple of months, though. One of them is your own site. That's irrelevant. Still 5 websites. That's good to know. Don't forget to hit like if you've not hit like, okay? Yeah, please don't forget to hit like if you've not hit like yet. Off Canva? Do you mean off Canva, Bestia? Off Cancer, Bestia? I'm trying to work out what you're trying to say there, Ground Pets. It's Monday and Tuesday were really brilliant so far this week. Really good. Wednesday not so good because we had a bit of an issue with a client thing that I wanted to do for them, and there was a problem with fully implementing a solution for them. Today it's kind of been very up and down. This is where, like, when you transfer pages from one website to another, the trouble is that because their existing pages they'd set a certain typography, when you move it over, it still maintains that one. And basically someone, because it won't be me, someone's got to go through every page, section by section by section, basically modifying and altering the fonts. This is where the Bricks class system is really good. And the Elementor global, not the Elementor, the default settings are really good. So what happens is you do it once and it applies it across the website. The trouble we've got here is that we've got basically loads of text where they have individually been set with their typography. Oh, right, okay, got you, yeah, off canvas, right. I got you, Ground Pets. So it's been a bit of a frustrating, Monday, Tuesday, great. Wednesday, Thursday, not so good. And I want to make sure I end tomorrow on a high, because I don't want to end tomorrow going, oh, I wish I could have done more. It's not that I can do more, because I've said that we're hitting a brick wall here unless we build everything out page by page by page, because your old website, which they built, nothing to do with me, when you transfer over, everything has to manually be adjusted because there was no global class system applied for your typographies and all of that. Even your global, it's a mess. It's basically a mess. Tiny Wow have a nice mega menu. Yes, it does actually. Yeah, you are right. And this is where you got to think carefully about how you. I was about to yawn then. Basically, think about how you kind of build it out. Basically, kind of thing. Right, I've just got to quickly check one of the comments that's just come in. Yeah, just something there. It's all right. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. In fact, George has replied to a comment. Yeah, so George, if you're still here, I've just seen the reply you've put about what's this? No, gonna get rid of that. Someone just put a spam post into our web squadron, so I've removed it. Yeah, often, do you know what? Hey, Ornalid, how you doing? One of the number one replies I put on the forum when I see a lot of questions come in is, what is the URL? Sometimes people put things like, my image ain't working, that's it. And I go, what's the URL? Can you give a bit more guidance? And then what they do is they put it in the comment, and I then go back to them going, yeah, thank you, but edit your question, right? You've replied to me. People might miss that. Edit your question. Put an image in. Put a Loom video in. Put a URL in. Put something that guides us. Hey, Catherine, how you doing? Put something that guides us a little bit more. That's my little frustration, annoying bugbear about when you are working on forums and people put, I need help. I'm struggling. My image is not showing. My font is not right. My responsiveness when I go from desktop to mobile is not right. And you kind of go, where's your URL? Where's your image? Like they kind of go, what I see on live does not match the editor. And I go, yeah, but I don't even know what you're talking about. Give us an image of the editor and the live. Give us a URL. Give us something. It's so true, isn't it, Elivo? The vague stuff. It always makes me go, do they think we're just going to give them an answer based on... I just updated Elementor Pro and my website has crashed. And my reply is, what version? The Elementor Free and Pro. Are you sure you're not using the beta and dev version? What theme? What's your PHP? What other Elementor add-ons have you got? And then the stuff starts to come out. Oh, I got Ocean WP. Well, that's your problem. Oh, I got loads of add-ons. That's your problem. I've got the dev version. That's your problem. You know? Hey, President. How you doing? Yeah, Dave, it's you. By the way, Dave, I think what you did there was pretty good as well. By the way, Dave, I think it's good that you did that as well, because I think that sometimes problems don't get reported on the GitHub enough. But my bugbear isn't with you, Dave. It's with generally, you know, the Elementor forum. How many times in the Elementor forum do people put, do you know something I hate? I really, 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 really hate background images. You know when people put up a question and then they go and put a coloured background image up because they want more people to see it and respond? I hate it. I really hate it. It's a nice coloured background and then the message says, Elementor crashed my website. I'm like, You could have told us a few more details, but you probably spent more time doing your lovely coloured background. Was it needed? That's my bugbear. I really, but there is a lot of vagueness, and it always makes me laugh. It always makes me laugh. What makes me laugh the most is when you say to someone, can you share a URL? Because you're having a problem, but we need to see it. And then they go, I can't. It's top secret. It's top secret. I can't give you the URL. No. It's a website still work in motion. No. I can't share it. And you kind of go, like, okay, well, thank you, but we probably can't help you out any more than that then. You lose interest. Whenever anyone does that, they ask a question. You go, well, can you share a URL? They go, no, I can't share that. Well, no. It's a secret. Can't tell you that. I've signed a form and all of that. NDA. Ooh, no. I'm like, I lose interest, right? I lose interest. Oh, really, Dave? Look, Dave, it's not a dumbassery reason. The main thing is you found it. And what you now do is put it in the desktop view, in the parent container, and you are fine. And you know where it is. Always go for the desktop section or container, the parent one. Yeah, do you know what, Davo? Sometimes what happens is, do you know what? I tell you what is also annoying. Sometimes someone has a question. I actually have no intention of helping them. I've got other stuff on. But I will go in and go, you need to share a URL or an image or a video to explain because it doesn't make sense. What they then do is they put the URL in and then I get constant, Imran, please respond. Imran, by the way, some of you may have noticed that recently I've started saying stop tagging me into posts. Has anyone noticed that? I've started doing that a little bit more. Sorry, I'm just going to check the comments before I talk about that. Don't worry, Dave. Right, you found it, okay? You found it. Oh, no, Linda. Yeah, I'm not going for 8.2 yet. I'm staying on 7.4. I'm still unsure about 8.2 in terms of Elementor and some plugins. I'm still not convinced. Absolutely, TLC, crystal ball all the time. I would just kick the crystal ball over the fence. So some of you may have noticed, right? To be honest though, Catherine, I find that as well. I try and help, and then people get very narky with me. They're like, oh, what do you mean by that? I've already tried that. I did that. And I'm going, yeah, but I don't know you've done that. You know, I might say regenerate. I did that. Yeah, but you didn't say you did that in your question. So how could I predict that? But yeah, I have started saying to people, stop tagging me in. Stop tagging me in. Mainly because, number one, if you tag me in, other people assume I'm going to help you, but I might not. So you are disassociating yourself with other potential helpers. Number two, it puts the onus on me to now reply, but I might be busy. Number three, unless you're paying me, I have no obligation to help you. And it's a bit cheeky as well, I think. I think it's a bit cheeky. Hey, Imran, what's this? Hey, Catherine, what's this? Hey, Dave, what's this? You know, so it's something that I have said to people that, look, unless we have a previous relationship or it's associated to something you know I've done or I've advised on, stop copying me in, stop tagging me in, because I will not help out everyone if I'm busy. And often there's been a post where someone's asked a simple question. I didn't have time to kind of help sort them out. 2 days later, no one else has responded. And then I get like, they comment with Imran ? And I then have to go in and go, yeah, do this, do that, blah, blah. Because then it looks like I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Because I have not responded. And I don't like that. You know, I don't want that pressure kind of thing. Hey, Jeffrey, you're not late, mate. You're not late. To be honest though, Dave, it's kind of, you know, you're different, okay? You're someone I know, so it's kind of okay. Nice one, Dave. I'm glad you got that sorted out. Right, with the swiper features, Catherine, I have to be honest, I haven't really looked into it, but I'm not even sure. Like, sometimes some of the features we get, I'm like, it doesn't really make any difference with regards to how I work or build websites. You know, it's like notes. You know, I don't use notes, so not really bothered by it. Hey Shaveen, how you doing? So as many of you probably know, is that, you know, I'm still working on that super course, and I'm hoping to start sharing out details. I'm still kind of 50-50 about. I think it's going to still take another 2 months to get it all done. And I'm still 50-50 about, do I start letting people sign up for it now in anticipation of it coming out in 2 months? Because I'm a bit like, do I just let people know about it now? But it's a big discounted rate compared to what it will be. And I'm still playing with that idea. I like to tell you about stuff once it's built, so you're not waiting. But I'm just playing around with the idea. Please let me know your thoughts. If there was a course coming out, but it weren't coming out for another 2 months, but you were gonna get I don't know. Let me be nice and bold here. You were gonna get a 70% discount on the cost. Would it be worth it? A 70% discount on the cost of it. Would you go for it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I think I will, I'm sure at some point we will get it done in 2 months, but it's going to take 2 months to build out. But let me know. Do you think I should? Do you think I should just wait? What's your thoughts? Dave's question. What's your view on data email security? Okay. Well, I've looked into this, and so far I have found that it is secure. However, is any email service secure, Dave? That's the question you need to ask the PI. Is anything secure? And SiteGround is pretty damn secure. And I know they've added in other levels. So I would say, yes, it is secure. However, is any email service fully secure? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Catherine. Like early adopters, like big discount. It won't be a little one, it'll be a big discount. But yeah, just thinking about it at the moment. Yeah, nice one. I'm glad the image comparison. Look, I was actually working on that for 9 days, 8 days trying to get the best solution. And then the 9th day was the record, edit, get it ready for release. 8 days I put into that, trying to find the most easiest to do, to set up solution. Because there's plugins out there. There's CodePen full of JavaScript. It's very complicated. So I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. Well, the thing is, Pete, there will be a couple of items on there that everyone can have for free as a taster of kind of a feeling. And it is you can promote it as much as you want, John. In fact, I'll let you know into a secret. Shall I let you know into a bit of a secret? Let me just check the comments and I'll let you know into a secret. Let me just let you know into secret. Well, 2 things really. Dan, the future is attacked all the time. They have a pre-sub. Yeah, that is true. I mean, I'm not always into that, but I am thinking about that maybe it's not a bad idea to do that. You got to watch it, Linda. It's so simple. It's only 5 minutes long. You can fast forward it. 5 minutes long. It's really, 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 you've got to use. In fact, I'm helping someone out with their website last night. They're a photographer, and I used it on theirs because they had a before and after image, and they had the 2 images side by side. And I went, forget that. Boom. Let's do the image comparison slider thing. So much better. So much better. Right? And now they haven't seen it yet, actually. Yeah, Ground Pets. Yeah, you will of course get told. By the way, Ground Pets, if you go to the Web Squadron website, websquadron.co.uk, we've got a mastery module called Sharing Our Stash, where we share our proposal document, our contract, our maintenance breakdown, our maintenance plan, terms and conditions, privacy policy, contract proposal, all of that. So if you want to go and have a look at that, you can do. Right, so right, okay, so let me tell you the 2 things. Number 1, the course is not going to be videos. So let that just sink in for a moment. Our course is not going to be videos. Watch this, watch that. Watch this, watch that. Right? Watch this, watch that. Do you know something? The image comparison video still has not got many views, and I'm a bit surprised. I thought that video would explode. It hasn't. Maybe it will one day. I don't know why. But anyway, look. Yes, Love Your Life. I will do. In fact, do you want me to tell you it now? So can everyone just bear with me a moment? I want to give Love Your Life a video. Because otherwise, they won't love their life. Oh, come on. Where is it? Sorry, I'm getting angry here. Where is it? Return. Come on. Where is it? Right, this is a really, 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 really old video. Here we go. Right, so Love Your Life. There you go. Go watch that video, okay? Go watch that. Right, so back to it. There will be no videos in our course because I do enough YouTube videos as it is. The content in this course, okay, is going to be I don't think I've got a screenshot anymore. Shall I share with you a screenshot of what it currently looks like? It's probably going to be, I reckon, about 100 odd pages long. And right now, you're probably thinking, 100 pages, that sounds like too much reading. Too much, right? Let me show you. I'm just loading it up on here. Okay, I'm just going to open it up. Come on, open up. So this is the how it looks. Right, just wait a minute. Let me just get it up on screen. Okay, just so you get an idea. But it won't be videos, all right? Because everyone thinks that I only do videos, right? It's going to be probably about a good 100 odd pages, I think. Let me just try and see if I can shrink my screen down. Because if I zoom out... Right, okay. Just wait a minute. Sorry, I've gone quiet because I just want to show you what it's going to look like, all right? Without revealing everything on there, okay? All right. So far I've done 22 pages. I think it's going to be 100 pages. Look at that. Every single page has been built individually. There is no templates being used here. There is no Etsy template. There is no pre-built. Everything is being built individually. And I'm trying to go for a more visual, what do you need to know? Key things. Let's not waffle. Let's not go on and on and on about X, Y, Z. Let me get to the point about your web design, about your business, about your pricing ladder, about your strategy, about your services, your recurring income, your overheads, your contracts. Start thinking about your marketing, how to get clients, all of that. So that is a very quick sneak peek. That's a big sneak peek, and it's still loads more to be built out, okay? But there won't be any videos, but it's gonna be to the point, and it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be value for money. Well, I think it will be value for money. You're probably gonna look at it and go, "What a pile of shit." But yeah, right. But it's it's being worked on. It's being worked on. Probably a couple of months away. But yeah, taking in seriously is everything that we wish we had known when we first started. Building on top of the stuff that we've done in the other mastery modules. Bringing all the gold nuggets together as well. You know, stuff like that. And during the live chats, I use a lot of analogies, don't I? What do you do when you go into a grocery store and you're buying a car? I use a lot of analogies. Let's get some of those analogies in, but make it more real and crystal clear to explain why you need to behave a certain way with your clients and with your projects. How much will it be? It's going to be $1,000. I don't know. No, it's not going to be $1,000, Dave. It's not going to be $1,000. And there will be an early adoption. There will be an early adopters, okay? In fact, I know what price we're going to go for. I know what... The trouble is, though, Michael, if we do a Kindle version, it's very difficult to do a Kindle version with the price. Do you get what I mean? Because Kindle prices are like, what, $3, $4 kind of thing? You know? So here's a question I got for you. What price do you think is too much? Now, whether I listen to anything you say here or not is irrelevant, because we already kind of know what our price points are. Let me tell you now, so far, I've been working on this for about 3 weeks, and I've only got 22 pages so far, and it's got to get loads more done. 2 months, but you imagine the amount of work we're putting in. And here's something I will want to open up to people, okay? All right, I need to look into it a bit more. Oh, hey, Mark, by the way, just notice your name. We are going to look into it a bit more, is affiliates. So I might be saying to some of you, trusted people, Squadron is, do you want to help promote this? And if anyone buys it via your link, you get 50%. How does that sound? So some of you have got blogs. Eddie's got a blog. Some of you got blogging websites. If this is good, and it will be good, I don't know why I said it, if it's good, it will be good, and you have your own affiliate link for you, and someone buys it, you get 50%. Right? So, in terms of selling on and all of that, you're basically just promoting it. Right? So, if anyone is up for that, when we finalize the details for that, you'll be in. You'll be in. Now, when it comes to the early adopters, though, for the early adopters, there will be no affiliate because that's the early adopters. But when it then is fully launched and it's now full price, so the early adopters is discounted, right? There's no affiliate there. But when it is the full price, the full launch, we will go with an affiliates link like that. How many years of background in this? How many years of background in this 100-page? 17. What do you mean? What? In terms of experience? So I am now at, let me get this right, 2003. Oh, 20. I'm at, no, hold on. No, 2004. 2004 was when I started doing it properly, so you count that. 19 years then I'm at now. 19 years of experience and all that. Hey, take care, Dan. Great to have you here as always. Love your comments and stuff like that. And I'm glad you love the image comparison video. Please do share that video out if you are not already sharing that out. 197 is round about. It's not. It's well, yeah. Give or take here or there. It's But yeah. Something like that. But it's not 19. The full price, I can tell you now, won't be 197. It will be a little bit higher than that. But the early adopters, there will be a pretty big discounted rate coming on for that. And then when it goes full price, potentially, any of you that sign up for the affiliate commission, by the way, do hit like if you've not hit like already on this video. You will get 50%. 50%. Right? So let's pretend it was $197. Okay, Michael's gone with $249. Okay, I'll just go with the latest comment. So let's pretend it was $249 full price when it's fully launched, right? If you sell via your link, give or take payment fees, let's just pretend $240 payment fees here and there, whatever, you would get $120 per sale. Do you get it? So, and that's not because I'm saying you got to go out there and sell it, but it's a bit like, it's a bit of a thank you to you guys as well, okay? Because you've helped shape Web Squadron as well. You've helped you've helped build the community. When we started doing the live chats, we had followers and subscribers, but we didn't have a proper community spirit. You've really helped build that out. So as a reward to you, if you're if anyone buys from your link, you get to have a cut of that as well. So that it's not just all one-way traffic, if that makes sense, in a way. And yeah, I will be sharing more over next coming weeks. And then when we do the early adopters, of course, there will be some, I'll probably share 2 or 3 of the slides in full. So you get to see, well, what are we getting? Do we like it? Do we really want it? The other thing also, now if anyone has already bought the Sharing Our Stash, that's great. There will be a modified version of that coming out. The Sharing Our Stash is still relevant. It's all relevant. But there will be modified versions of that built just for this course as well. So there'll be some upgraded versions as well. So you don't just get the course, there will be other bonuses plugged in as well. Okay, I am going to say now, we are now approaching the 2-minute warning. I know, it's sad, isn't it? We're now approaching the 2-minute. Guess how many emails I've had since I went live? How many emails do you think good old me has had since we went live? How many emails do you think I've had? And I'm gonna tell you now as I look at them. I'm gonna delete all the ones that are rubbish. Okay. What? What's this? What? Oh, I don't know what they're talking about. Something about Google Cloud thing. Your services, please. What? No, that looks like spam to me. That looks like spam. Yeah. So in total, I've got 24 emails, and of the 24 emails, there's about 8 that are real emails that I got to look at. But I do want to say thank you for joining on the live chat. 24 emails, 8 of them are real that I've got to respond. One of them is a client, and unless there's a problem, we start their website on Monday. Got to get their deposit tomorrow, and away we go with that new website. Okay, everyone, I'm going to say goodbye now. If you haven't watched the image comparison video, go and watch it. You are going to find a million ways that's going to work for you in future or existing or even your own website, especially if you're doing like before and after with this is how the website looked before, this is how the website looks now. So yeah, go and have a look at that. Okay, everyone, I'm going to say goodbye. Take care. Love having you all here. I will catch up with you all soon. Take care. Bye.